Welcome to the Eat Better, Move Better, Live Better podcast presented by Flourish with Tracy, where we'll dive into the realms of holistic wellness, plant-based nutrition, yoga, and self-care to help you live your best life. Tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern for our special segments. Meditation Monday, start your week with mindfulness. Wellness Wednesdays, get the midweek boost you need. Sadhana Saturdays, dedicate weekends to personal growth. Join us as we explore and discuss all things to eat better, move better, and live better. Welcome. When many people hear the word grief, they immediately think about the death of a loved one. And while grief certainly includes that experience, grief is much broader and more universal. Grief can emerge any time we experience a meaningful loss. Grief is complex, and it is layers deep and multidimensional. I'd like to begin to dissect grief in a two-part series. Today's session, part 1, is understanding what grief actually is. What it is, how it shows up, and recognizing the stages of grief. And the part 2 of this series will be about navigating grief, healing, coping strategies, and when it's time to seek support. So let's begin. Grief can mean many things. It means loss. It could be a loss of a person, a relationship, a dream, our sense of identity, our physical health or financial stability, loss of a dream, or even a future that we may have imagined for ourselves. That reality is something that every human being goes through. We all experience grief in some form. Very few of us are taught what grief actually is and how it affects our mind and body and how to move through it in a healthy way. Our goal is not to fix grief. Grief is not a problem to solve. It's a natural human response to loss. Our goal is to understand grief, to recognize it, and begin developing compassion for ourselves and others who may be grieving. Grief is an emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual response to loss. So what is the definition of grief? Grief is the emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual response to loss. Loss disrupts our sense of normalcy. It changes our expectations. It forces us to adapt to a reality that we didn't choose. Grief, however, is not weakness. It's evidence that something mattered. And the depth of grief often reflects the depth of the connection. A perspective that may help is to think of grief as the mind and the heart attempting to reorganize around a new reality. Before we experience a loss, we may think, I have this person, I have this relationship, this role, or this future. And then after the loss, everything shifts or changes. And so our brain and our heart must learn how to exist within this new reality. And that adjustment period and process is grief. And there are many experiences that can trigger grief: death, divorce or separation, changes within our health, loss of our employment, shifting through retirement, empty nesting when our family roles change, moving from one place to another, loss of finances, infertility, or trauma. Grief does not always look the same. There is a type of grief called anticipatory grief, which occurs before loss happens. It's anticipating loss after terminal illness or progressive disease or an aging parent. The grieving process actually begins before the actual loss occurs. There is an acute grief. It's an intense grief experience immediately after a loss. And symptoms of acute grief could be shock, confusion, or crying, unable to sleep. There is a complicated grief that remains intensely disruptive for an extended period of time, and it may be difficult to function. There's a grief when you may feel that you're all alone experiencing this grief. You may feel disenfranchised or disconnected, and perhaps those around you don't fully acknowledge or understand it because they are not experiencing it. This could happen in loss of a friendship or a pet, miscarriage, death of an ex-partner. The grief is real even when others don't recognize it. There is a collective grief that is experienced by group or communities, violence, a national tragedy, or a natural disaster. Or secondary loss, grief. One loss creates other loss. For example, death of a parent or spouse may also involve changes within the financial structure, new responsibilities, or loneliness. We may have heard of the 7 stages of grief. It's important to understand that stages are not linear. You can experience any of these stages at any time, back and forth. They're not one after the other. Sometimes you may repeat a stage, or you may skip a step altogether. But let's go through them. The first stage is shock. Your nervous system is struggling to process the reality. You may find yourself saying, "This can't be happening." You feel disconnected or confused or just numb. The second stage is denial, where your mind temporarily protects itself. And this can show up sometimes as avoiding the discussion of the loss or expecting someone who may be deceased to walk through the door or call you. Denial initially can be protective in early grief. And we'll talk later navigating through that process when you may need to seek additional support. The third stage is anger. Anger often emerges when reality becomes unavoidable. When we hear something that causes us grief, we may get angry at our doctors or our family, ourselves, or our spiritual practice. Anger is usually a mask for pain. And then stage 4 is bargaining, attempting to regain control of the situation. If only I had, or what if I had? And we replay these events over and over, trying to seek a different outcome. The 5th stage is depression. It's a deep sadness, and we may find ourselves withdrawing or crying, lacking motivation, feeling fatigue. This is a natural grief response. The 6th stage is adjusting, testing, reconstructing, taking small steps toward rebuilding your life. creating a new routine, seeking support, or trying a new activity. And the final stage is acceptance. Acceptance is not approval. It's just acknowledging this happened. This is now part of my story and journey. And understanding that life moves forward while honoring the loss. And during these stages, grief will show up in our body. It affects the entire being of you, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Physically, we may express or feel muscle tension, fatigue, headaches, digestive concerns, changes in our appetite, and disruption with our sleep. Emotionally, we may feel sad, irritable, anxious, lonely. Sometimes we express or feel guilt or fear. Mentally, we may find difficulty concentrating, forgetting things, or brain fog. Spiritually, we question our beliefs, we search for some sort of meaning, and we feel disconnected. What's key is understanding that grief is a natural response within our physicality, our emotions, and our spiritual and mental beings. The first question is to ask yourself, when you experience something, are you grieving? How do you identify grief within yourself? Simply ask, have I experienced a significant loss? Am I feeling different than usual? Have I become more emotional, withdrawn, angry, tired, or distracted? Am I mourning not only what's lost, but what could have been? And if you answer yes to any of those questions in any way or format, grief may be present. So you can reflect a little deeper, quietly considering, what loss have I experienced that I may not have fully acknowledged? What would it feel like to offer myself compassion for that loss? As you reflect, understand that grief is not a sign that something is wrong with you. Grief is evidence that something mattered. It is your way of honoring that something. Simply observe and simply acknowledge. Being authentic and true is your first step. Just notice and reflect where grief may be present in your life without any judgment. Look at the 7 stages. Journal. Which stage is impacting you? And what steps can you take to navigate? And if you're not certain, tune in for part 2, where we'll discuss how to navigate grief, how to move through the stages with compassion, and how to identify when professional, additional therapeutic support may be beneficial. Thank you for sharing time and space today. Thanks for tuning in. I hope today's insights help you on a personal journey towards a healthier, happier life. Don't forget to join every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern for more self-care and holistic wellness tips. Before you go, make sure to comment, click the bell, like, and subscribe buttons for upcoming episode notifications. Be sure to always consult a medical professional before making any major changes regarding your health, diet, or routine. In the meanwhile, stay motivated, stay inspired, and remember, every step you take is one step closer to a better you. Until next time, keep flourishing, and as always, may all be well.